I am sitting here across from Neil Hoynes, co-founder of Ripple Junction. Welcome, Neil. Really appreciate your time today.
Thanks a lot for having me. Really appreciate it.
So, first question, let's just kind of lay the groundwork here. What is Ripple Junction?
Ripple Junction is a licensed apparel and accessory manufacturer. So what we do is we go out to different studios, TV studios, movie studios, bands, corporate brands, and we get the rights for their IP, their intellectual property. And then we go ahead and make T-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, water bottles, loungewear, slippers.
Dinosaurs.
Wide variety.
See some dinosaurs back
That's
there.
right, exactly. So so then we go out and get the rights, and then we have an in-house design team that basically creates all the products, and we work with outside manufacturers to produce them for us, and then we do the sales.
Is there some history behind the name? How'd you come up with Ripple Junction?
It goes back to our start. We started off selling T-shirts, Grateful Dead tour, and Ripple was one of our favorite songs. So we wanted to base it on something Grateful Dead related, so we said Ripple's a great song, it's one of our favorites, and we threw a junction on the back of it. We liked it, we went with it.
So the name started way back in the very beginning, which kind of brings me to my next question is, how do a couple of deadheads get together and follow their passion and actually create a business out of that?
Well, it started out as a lark. It was just me and a buddy, and we had gone to some Dead shows the year before, and then we were kind of looking at our summer for the next year, and it's like, well, if we're going to go to that one, let's go to that one. Well, if we're going to do that one. And then it's like, well, let's just do them all. And then we're like, how are we going to pay for it? We're going to make burritos. We're going to make grilled cheese. We're going to, what are we going to do? And we came up with T-shirts.
You guys have a kind of a unique market because there's there's so many books printed about how you create kind of raving fans, how you get your followers really behind you. But you guys actually really have raving fans about their favorite show and their favorite band. So how have you capitalized on that fanaticism to be able to sell more product?
Yeah, well, that's really the beauty of the licensed industry is the ones that you're going after are the ones that, hopefully has that really, really diehard fan base. Because,
Right.
we see it all the time. We'd rather have, a smaller market of really, really dedicated fans than a larger market of people that, might like a show but they don't love a show. There's a lot of instances where, a show might have a lot broader viewership, but the fans aren't quite as invested in the characters, invested in the show. So, the merchandise sells a lot better when the fans are really, really into the show.
Word on the street is that Ripple Junction has single-handedly made the show Doctor Who popular in the United States. So how do you guys balance that? I know you have a lot of great content on your website. You asked for sort of crowdsourced ideas on your website. How does that whole process come about? Do you guys go out and you try to sort of like play the market and figure out what the popular shows are going to be and sort of get ahead of it, or do you take that feedback and that's how you pick a new show? How does that whole process work?
Our company, we don't have offices. It's all open. So, we try to foster the communication. So really, anybody in the company can come and say, look, I think Doctor Who is going to be the next hot license. I
Right.
love this show. So it can come from them. It can come from a customer who says, hey, I'm getting requests from Doctor Who fans, or it can come from, the licensor saying, look, this is a property and, we think it's going to blow up. So it really comes from a variety of places. So we're really open to hearing about it from wherever we can get it.
What have been some successful sort of outbound efforts to grab new ideas, either with a sort of a new brand or something that's existing and you're looking for maybe new design ideas?
Well, we do crowdsource on our site. So we people can send us in design ideas. They can say, hey, I got this idea for Firefly or Doctor Who or Big Bang Theory or, whatever property. But then what we do is, if it's a design that we like, we'll create the graphics for it, put it through the approval process, and, we'll contact, we've worked with the BBC with their Facebook page. We've worked with just, fan sites, and basically we'll post up a survey and just have people vote on it. It involves the fans, so we get a really good response rate as well when we do that.
Did you ever get to the point where the late great Mr. Garcia ever actually went up on stage with one of your shirts?
Unfortunately not. We
Oh.
we didn't get the Grateful Dead license until after he had passed, so unfortunately not.
How are things growth-wise? You just moved into a new space. How are things going for the company?
Things are great. We've really been working over the last couple of years to add, instead of just doing T-shirts and sweatshirts, we've really added a lot of products. Like mentioned earlier, we're doing plush and hats and everything like that.
Right.
So
Socks
we
too. Don't you do
basically,
socks?
yeah, we do
Yeah.
socks, we do some
Nice.
pillows. So we've been growing quite a bit, and we're just trying to stay focused and keep doing what we're doing, and try to keep growing.
Thank you for your time, Neil. Really appreciate it. Once again, Neil Hoynes with Ripple Junction, and this has been a Question Pro client highlight interview. Really appreciate your time. Thanks a lot, and we look forward to working with you more in the future.